They plays very important part in our lives because they account for more than 60% of the world electric energy is consumed by induction motors. So they plays really an important part in our everyday life, everywhere in household, in industries, in your any maintenance systems. You will find this type of induction motors. And of course, if you calculate total number of inhabitants on our planet, you will see that 11 induction motors are attributed to each inhabitant of the planet Earth. So it's really a big number, and it's still growing year after year. It can be applied anywhere, starting from electric transport to military application, to the aviation, to construction machinery, heavy-duty machinery, and household appliances. In our house, in our home, you will have air conditioning system, you will have mobile device, you will have any type of kitchenware with the electric motors. Even your fridge will have one as well. So it's really huge number of applications. And thanks to the Russian engineer Dmitry Alexandrovich Duyunov, who has came up with this technology starting from 1995. Thanks to his research, he has made together with his team in Russia. He is also one of the co-founders of the research and scientific enterprise, research and production enterprise ASNPP, who was active even before the Solargroup company came around. And also, thanks to this company, the first patents were developed, were registered with the Russian Patent Registry, Intellectual Property Rights Registry. You can find all this information online and double check it, confirm it again using our website, of course, solargroup.pro, and really see that we have the patents, Solargroup have the patents for this technology and for much more practical applications. So not only talking about this combined winding technology, but also for the other type of technology. We have numerous patents already registered in Russia. What is his innovation actually? What is Dmitry Duyunov offered new to the market, which was not there before? He actually offered the combined winding, the combination of two windings, the star and the delta, just located in one winding. And he called it the combined winding technology Slavyanka. It's the Russian name, and he used this technology to explain that this combination really gives us the advantage of more than up to 40% of saving of electric energy when we use electric motor with the modernized electric motor with Slavyanka technology. Also, we reduced the production cost by up to 30% because we only use copper and electric steel in such kind of motors. It is explained because we do not use any permanent magnets here in this technology. We only use copper and electric steel, and thus giving us the possibility to save up to 30% on the production cost. Because the permanent magnets is something that you can mainly find mostly in China from Chinese suppliers, and it's hard to organize your production domestically. For example, for BLDC motors, you need only to import such kind of motors. And without this permanent magnets, it's much easier to organize production and also to not be dependent so much on these magnets, which you need to import from abroad. Third type of advantage is that there is an improved reliability service factor of 2.5 instead of just 1.5 in normal electric motors. So these type of electric motors have become much more reliable. Some of the examples include some of the motors working for more than 10 years in a row without a break or without interruption, and so on. So really, this is a technology which is worth looking at, worth trying, and of course, we encourage everyone to test it out and to see for yourself with your own eyes, or see the prototypes which we already have in the market in Russia, in China, in other countries. So you can really check it out. You can buy this, some of the products with this technology already now. And also you can become the co-investor and become the co-owner of this future technological enterprise located in Russia and benefit from dividends or benefit from selling your shares in the Solargroup stock company in the future, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Not only do we talk about the saving of electrical energy when using such technology, but also we talk about the very important environmental issues which we help to reduce, and we help because we produce electric energy, because production of electric energy is one of the most harmful effects, harmful factors in affecting our environment anywhere in the world. We have a lot of cities covered in smoke, covered in harmful elements and emissions from the cars, from other industries, of course, from the power plants and so on. Thus, by just saving some percentage of the consumption of electric energy, we'll be able to contribute greatly to really help our environment, help our land, waters, and air, air we breathe on an everyday basis, and just by improving the environment in this case, because by helping to reduce electrical energy production, will help also to reduce the emissions of these harmful effects on the environment overall. What does actually this technology offers? It offers the energy efficiency class of IE3 and IE4. For example, in Russia, we only, as Dmitry Duyunov declared just a couple of days ago during his webinar, in Russia, we only have access, actually we have providers or producers of motors with technology up to IE3. This is the maximum for Russian producers. And instead, Solargroup company already has demonstrated successfully that it was able to use this technology and to produce the motors with IE3 and IE4 type of technology, energy efficiency class, while using the same dimensions of the motors for IE1 and IE2 energy efficiency class motors, which gives us really huge advantage comparing to the competition, to the other market players, to the other producers anywhere in the world. And thus we can help to solve one of the main global environmental issues by introduction of this technology anywhere in the world, in any type of industry or areas. Also, a lot of scientific work has been done over this time, over this more than 20 years. Thanks to Mr. Dmitry Duyunov and his team, we were able to achieve and develop these patents together with the company ASMPP and the specialists there. Also, some of these patents already are owned by Solargroup company, the newly created company in 2017. And as of now, 2021, the number of patents are growing on a constant basis, not only dedicated to the combined winding technology Slavyanka, but also dedicated to some other, to controller, for example, for electric transport, or to some other applications, practical applications, which we'll be able to commercialize at a future stage in the future in the market in Russia or also abroad. Also on our website, official website, solargroup.pro, you can go and check that we have the test protocols uploaded there, which you can easily download. You can check out all the contact details there. That the actually 3 universities plus 1 university in Bangkok in Thailand. These are the university in Düsseldorf in Germany, the university in Bologna in Italy, and the university in Belgrade in Russia. Have all confirmed the performance, they benchmarked the motor with the Slavyanka technology and the normal electric motor, and came up with a higher percentage of performance and the higher, actually, the energy efficiency of the Slavyanka, the combined winding motors, comparing to the other ones. So this is the scientific base. This is the proof that we have already for several years. For those who still do not believe or is hesitant to this technology, to this idea that we can have the superior technology comparing to the other players in the market. Also, we have the stable already business model or economic system, because already ASMPP company has already more than 100 licensed winding specialists that are using this license from the Solargroup or the ASPP company. What they are doing, they are taking the existing electric motors and they are basically modernizing existing electric motors to the combined winding Slavyanka. And while doing so, they of course generate profits, and they have more and more customers who are happy and satisfied with their work and also want to come back to them and modernize some more electric motors. So they already generated good reputation in Russia and abroad as well. All of these companies who under the license of the Solargroup company doing this work, doing this activity, and it gives them the profit as well. not only the recognition in the market, but also it's economically sustainable. Also, we did demonstrate some of the operating models or prototypes in the market in the Monaco exhibition in 2015 or 2017. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, it's also all presented on our website Solargroup.pro about these prototypes, about these first test models where the combined winding technology Slavyanka was introduced or was tested out. Also, mining locomotive, electric locomotive was tested out with Duinov's motors. Even the Kamaz Master sports team used in this huge truck, Kamaz truck, one of the controllers implemented by Duinov's team, Duinov's company. Some of the other developments were, of course, the Duinov's hub motor on the scooters, hub motor on the bicycle, and electric bike with induction hub motor, and of course, first Russian electric car Zeta, which was introduced to the Russian president in 2017 in the exhibition in Ijevsk in Russia. So all of these models are just examples of how this technology can be proven, where you can test drive it, you can really check it out, and you can even buy some of these examples. Some of the products are already available for the market. For example, Mr. Andrei Lobov is working on the tuk-tuk with the solar electric panels, which do not use any plug to the electrical outlet. And you can still use this tricycle from Bajaj Maxima chassis to basically to run the electric transport on energy just with the help of just the solar energy. It's amazing examples which we already have the test and the proofs for. And Andrei Lobov is one of the actually dealers of the Solmash company with implementation of this technology and implementation of these motors with Slavyanka winding. Duinov's hub motors were another excellent examples of how this technology can be implemented. It has improved power, increased power, the price was lower than the competition, and reliability was much higher than the comparable motors with the comparable dimensions and comparable weight, for example, from the Chinese or other suppliers. So we really also did a breakthrough there. There is no other companies, as far as I know, in Russia or abroad that could replicate the same characteristics of these hub motors. But right as of now, we're more concentrated on induction or more concentrated on industry type of electric motor or electric motor for the truck or for the vehicle, for the four-wheel vehicle, rather than for the on the hub motors for the bicycle or scooters. But also hub motors were introduced and implemented in tested out in electric bicycle, in electric scooter like this one, thanks to our another friendly company called ASPP Weihai Technology in China, and Mr. Viktor Aristov, the director of that company. For example, you can see here Mr. Dmitry Duinov is pulling the SUV in Russia by just using. Let us have a watch of this video.
Пошла, родимая. Вот тягай машину.
All right, I hope you could see could hear also the audio from the second part of the video. Also, hub motors were tested out and presented in the first Russian electric car called Zeta. This is the video from its introduction to the audience. this is it. Let's move on. Also, it was tested out on the Renault Twizy, this technology, and was demonstrated in Moscow International Conference of Solargroup Company in Technopolis, Moscow, as I was there also in September 2019. With electric Renault Kangoo, it was also tested out, and also you can see here another example, Renault Kangoo 4x4, tested out by me. And you can see, by the way, on the same channel of Mr. Victor Aristov, at his YouTube channel, Victor Aristov. If you can find, just type Victor Aristov in YouTube, and you'll be able to find the spot his personal channel, where he also publishes a lot of videos, some tests with different types of technology, products with this technology, combined winding technology, Slavyanka. So you can also get in touch with him via his website as-pp.asia, and with Mr. Lobov with his website stiin.ru. And just you can directly inform them that you want, for example, to test out this technology, or to have it shipped to you in your location, in your country, and you'll be able to negotiate directly with these two dealers of Solarmash company already today, without waiting for the innovation center will be completed. Public transport, meaning also the trolley bus in Ukraine, was tested out with the Slavyanka electric motor. It has become more dynamic and more efficient. And some of the other example is a locomotive era could pull twice more load as before the modernization with this combined winding technology Slavyanka. And we also, I believe, here have some video here to support this. Let's have a look.
Итак, сегодня 10 октября, прошел второй день продолжения испытаний, продолжением всяких добавок, установок, регулировок. 39-й Куртис и двигатели Славянка.
Another example is Denzel Pickman with electric motor based on Slavyanka technology. This small pickup truck was also demonstrated in September 2019 in Moscow conference. And also it means that not only do we have the scientific proof, not only do we have the test protocols, do we have the patents, do we have the network of licensed winding specialists, but also we do have the already introduced mass production, thanks to our production partner, Mr. Victor Aristov in China, in a city called Weihai, in a company called ASPP Weihai Technology Limited. He has been producing these motors for quite some time now. I think it's for several months already, starting from 3 kilowatts D90S to maximum 15 kilowatts D112SL, and some of the other models, I believe, also of a bigger capacity, but larger capacity. But each motor is suits for each specific purpose, specific requirements. For example, the smaller DA90S motor is suitable for the bicycle, for the scooter, or for the some tuk-tuk, for example, vehicle. If you go higher in terms of requirements, in terms of capacity, load capacity, and the speed and durability of the how much it should be capable of towing, so you will need a more capable motor of 5 kilowatts and more, depending on what vehicle you're looking at. If you need it for a bigger truck, 4x4 and so on, you will need more and more a powerful motor. So it all depends on your task. So don't hesitate. If you have some ideas in mind in terms of cooperation, you can even reach directly Solarmash company at the email address info@solarmash.ru, or if you're already a Solargroup partner, you can simply write to technical support by using the online chat on solargroup.pro website and just ask how can I get in contact with a technical specialist. Or if you want to be, for example, distributor, you can also approach one of the existing dealers of Solarmash, or approach Solarmash directly via your national partner. Or if you don't have one, you can approach again the technical support team and they will be able to guide you through how you can get in touch, how you can ask for the technical details, technical information for each of these technology, each of these products. For example, a vehicle was also already produced in China. This is a solar car, actually using also with the possibility to use the solar panel with the DA100S motor, not DA90S, sorry, DA100S, which is more powerful, and also already suitable for the four-wheeled vehicle like this car. Also, vehicles with DA90S motor include Suzuki AX100 electric motorcycle and also K-Cross electric motorcycle. All are available upon your request from Mr. Victor Aristov in China. Let's have a look at this just testing on this harsh roads. This is the first test of the bike with combined winding motor. You can see that this bike does not have any issues, does not have any problems to go on the hills, under the harsh conditions, under the some pressure and so on. Some of the other vehicles with the 100 SL motors are Lujo mini Jeep with the solar panel with the D100 SL motor, and electric truck with D100 SL motor, which is the second. The yellow and the black colors on the right side. Another vehicles are actually another products are the snow dog, which is capable of going on the snow, but also on the dust, on the sand, in any conditions, anywhere all around the year. With D90S motor in Russia, and also all-terrain vehicle ATV with D90S motor as well. Designed and implemented by Mr. Andrei Lobov in Russia. He also used this vehicle to demonstrate on some of the exhibitions or ethno parks in Russia, not far from Moscow. For example, this one is also Yemelia sled, where he equipped it with D90S motor as well, and Moto Mule with D90S motor for some agricultural and garden works just around the house. Another more recent tests have been performed with this tuk-tuk with a solar panel. Tuk-tuk is based on the chassis from Bajaj Maxima, where we removed the petrol-based the engine and equipped it with the D90S motor, and also equipped it with a solar panel. And actually, this vehicle, this tricycle, actually has become the plug-free vehicle. What does it mean? It means it does not require any charge whatsoever, just going with solar power, solar energy from the which we can get from the solar, thanks to the solar panels, and it can go for I think up to 20 kilometers per day without any charge. Then it just can stop and charge again. And even in Russian conditions where we don't have so much sun during the year, still during the summer month, we could test it out and saw that the charge was almost always 100%. So it was the battery was almost always completely charged. This is the great results which Mr. Andrei Lobov can share. And also, by the way, he is also distributing the special kits for modernization of existing tuk-tuks with either diesel or petrol-based, petrol or even electric motors, with our DA90S electric motor based with the Slavyanka technology. So you can use it in your own country if you have similar vehicle or this exactly Bajaj Maxima. If you have another one, you need to communicate with Mr. Andrei Lobov, and he will be able to guide you through which kind of motor you can use, which kind of battery, which kind of other additional equipment, if needed, you can use it in combination maybe with the solar panel to reach the same great results. This is really a promising technology which can really change the markets in many Asian countries which have a lot of snow, in Vietnam, in India, in China, and so on, you name it, in Indonesia. And also bring us the hope that we'll see the more cleaner air in these cities, crowded with these tricycles, crowded with these tuk-tuks, which are used as commercial vehicles, which are used as taxis and so on, as rickshaw cars in many countries in Asian continent, in African continent as well. Now let's talk more about the investment part of the project. The idea was to get the $14 million for investments to actually prepare the project, prepare the innovative center for activities, for the full-scale activities, for the possibility to design and to implement the new type of generation, new type of electric motors for the customers of the company Solargroup. Right now, when we saw the increase in the price for the construction materials, increase in labor prices, and increase of in bureaucracy, time was delayed due to the bureaucracy last year in 2020 and also 2021. We increased the expectation for the total investments to be around around 57.5 to 59 million US dollars. So the target is this one right now. So we also envisaged that we will have 20 investment stages overall in the project. Right now we're in stage number 16, and we expecting this stage to be changed very soon. Please stay in touch with the news, with the announcements, follow the announcements, and we will communicate to you in due time when the stage will be changed to the next one. I think there will be no skipping of this stage, but please make sure you follow the official news at solargroup.pro. The stage 1 started in 2017, where we started the project in the summer of 2017. Stage 7 marked when we obtained the first land plot for the future construction. Stage 14, for example, was the start of business activities, so the start of preparation of the construction ground, moving in all the necessary equipment, preparation of the construction ground, getting rid of some let's say green, some of the trees there, and so on. And the stage 20 will be the end of funding of the project, where we will have all the amount necessary completely funded, completely at the disposal of Mr. Dmitry Duyunov and the Solargroup company. Right now at stage 16, we're in the middle of the construction works that more than 147 days have passed since the start of the construction works in Moscow. And you could see that the day by day we have something new. We have the weekly updates to bring to you the latest news from the construction ground, what is going on, cementation works, what's going on in terms of roofing. We will soon also pass to the works to complete the building from also the interior parts will be done. Everything should be also, the building should be hydro isolated very soon, because in Moscow will go into the winter period very soon in December already. So we have less than 1 month left to prepare it very good, to hydro isolate it, to put all the necessary cables for the heating and so on, so that the construction works can continue inside the building already, because the outer perimeter of the building, it seems like we almost completed every type of work necessary to complete the outer perimeter of the building there. Let us see what we have in terms of the capital structure. And capital structure is interesting in terms of the Solargroup company is now a limited liability company, out of which 49% is owned by the Solargroup. And Solargroup is all of us, actually all of private investors who bought the investment packages, investment shares from the Solargroup company, also included here in this 49% of the capital of Solargroup, because there's the understanding, there's the agreement between the Solargroup company and the Solargroup limited liability company right now, that in the future these investment shares of the Solargroup company can be exchanged to the stock company shares of the Solargroup company. Hope it's not too complicated. If you have any questions or need more information, more guidance, to explain to you step by step this process, please contact the technical support or contact your national representative or directly contact me in chat, one of our official chat in Telegram or in WhatsApp, or also go to the online chat in the back office, and they will be able to explain you more in details what is going to happen with these investment shares. Another part of capital is owned by management. 10.5% is owned by the management of the Solargroup company, and 40.5%. This slide needs a minor correction. It should be 40.5% for ASMPP and 49.0% for Solargroup company. So 40.5% is owned by ASPP, is the Russian company, not to be confused with the Chinese legal entity ASPP by High Technology, which is these are two standalone different legal entities, one in Russia and one in China. So the one who is owned, the one company who owns 40.5% of the Solargroup capital is the Russian company ASMPP. I hope this is clear. If not, please write in the chat if you have understood this part. This is very important because in the future, when the distribution of dividends will be done for the Solargroup company, which is planned for 2024, for example, because by October 2022 we are going to complete the construction. We are going to start operation of Solargroup company fully by end of 2022, and 2023 is planned to be the first full calendar year when we are going to have the full scale activities of this company, Solargroup, and the full year for which we can generate enough profits, generate enough net profits to distribute to its shareholders. And 49% of its shareholders is going to be all of us collective investors, investors in the crowd investing project Duinos Motors. So almost the half of this amount that will be distributed to dividends payout, for example, will be attributed to the shareholders of currently owners of the Solargroup investment shares. And in the future, you will be able to exchange your Solargroup investment shares to Solargroup stock company shares. This is just a 3D rendering how the future innovative center will look like. Let's have a look again. Okay. Now let's talk about what the company will profit from, how you will get your returns on your investments. Let's look at Solargroup company, because this is the company, the parent company for which we are actually collecting investments, and to whom the Solargroup company is transferring some part of the funds which we receive from investors. The Solargroup company is the Russian legal entity who is going to accept the orders from the customers to develop a new type of electric motor, for example. Once the motor has been developed and the documentation has been prepared and given to the customer, the Solargroup company will receive its remuneration, its amount of the contract, which can be up to as much as $50 million for one completed contract, because this is the really technological advanced type of service for which such kind of contract price is possible. Because when Siemens needs to, or ABB company needs to develop a new motor, they charge approximately these numbers, this figure from the client to the client. So, and the client is willing to pay, because on this market there is not so much actually worldwide, on the worldwide scale, there's not so much more company who are doing this development of the electric motors. So actually this is the advanced technology that we will be able to technology services which we'll be able to provide to our customers. And for just one such successfully completed contract, we'll be able to charge up to $50 million approximately. And in 1 year, it can be 1, 2, 3, up to 5 such contracts. So you can have a rough estimate what could be let's say the planned annual turnover of the Solargroup company in the future. If we have, for example, 3 contracts, it gives us approximately 150 million US dollars in terms of revenue. Okay, it's understood that it will not only be net profit, but of course margin is quite good. So I don't know whether it's going to be the half of those money as profit, as net profit to be distributed to the as dividends, or more or less we'll need to just wait and see how it will happen. But at least I know that the margins are quite good in this sector, because this is not the production when you, for example, buy the services, buy the goods from the other party, just roll some of the minor margin, maybe 5 to 10%, and then sell it produce it and sell it in the open market. This is a very different situation here, because we developed something new from scratch, and we then charge our price, which we see fit, which we see is the market price. The market is willing to pay for it. Now let's talk about who can become an investor in this project, in Duyunov's Motors project. What is the minimum threshold? And the minimum threshold is here, unlike many different other projects, investment projects. Even in Russia, you would need to be qualified investor. You need to have much more capital available for the investment and so on. You need to actually be eligible in order to buy stock, even in from the normal or already existing stock market shares companies. In this project, the threshold is just $50 per month for most countries, and for some countries it's just as low as $10 per month. For example, for India, it's $10 per month. Why it's possible? Because we have the packages which you can take, which you can buy in installments and pay during 10 months period, just $10 per month, and you will pay for 10 months. It means you will completely pay the package of $100, for example. The second advantage to the investor, you will have the customer support on almost 24/7 basis. Only everything you need is just a computer and internet connection. Of course, you need to be investor, you need to be over 18 years old, but that's basically very low entry threshold. So as you see, comparing to all the other projects, we have really accessible conditions for everyone almost to participate. If you're over 18 years old, if you have computer and internet connection, you already can participate in the project, invest in it, and then later exchange your investment share with the stock company share of Solargroup. And of course, the fourth advantage is legal protection of investment. We have the investment agreement signing with the Solargroup company, and you will be the investor of the shareholder of Solargroup investment shares, which will be confirmed by the share certificate, and of course by the investment agreement, which you can read and sign electronically after that, without need to send any paper formed document. In this certificate for share, you will see the name, the surname, and the number of shares attributed to you after the paying for these shares, of course. So as soon as you pay for the number of shares which you bought, you will be able to download this certificate as you go. For example, once you paid for first month, you will be able to download this share certificate with a number of shares which you already paid for, and so on. After second month, also you can download additional share certificate for this part of shares, and so on. So you can accumulate all these share certificates in the future. It doesn't matter if you have them printed out or not. It will be, of course, stored electronically on in our registry of Solargroup company, and also later it will give you the access to exchange these investment shares to the Solargroup company joint stock company shares. Right now, the packages in some of the countries, they start from $500. And with this $500 investment, you get 60,000 shares in the package. If you invest $750, you already get 96,000 shares. And also, for example, if you invest $1,500, you get 208,500 shares. Just bear in mind that we have the nominal value of each share of $1 per share. It means that in the future, your package of $1,500 can have the value in the future. Of course, under good conditions, it can have the value of $208,500 approximately. This is not to say that for sure we know that 100% of these investment share will be sold and bought with $1, but this is our rough estimate, as I can say, our declaration that we think that the one investment share will approximately have the value of $1 if we don't if we will not have any force majeure or special economic conditions under which it can be changed. But as of now, it's as in the beginning of the project in 2017 and still now, we we're still declaring this plan that this share will have approximately nominal value of $1 per share. So your two options in this situation is, first, you can sell your package at a higher price once we have the internal exchange, for example, or once the shares can be easily bought and sold on the on the open market. You can sell it to the third party with a much higher price, because after the end of 20th stage, investment stage in the project, of course, the risks will go much down, and of course, the profitability and the expectation from the company, the capitalization of the company will be much increased after we will have completed the innovation center building, and after we have the first orders from the customers. Just imagine that the investment shares price will skyrocket or jump much higher. Second option, of course, is always to get dividends. As you might see, wait and see till 2024, approximately first or second quarter of 2024, SolarMash company is planning to distribute the first earned dividends on the stock shares of SolarMash company, and you will be among those people who can just obtain these dividends based on your shareholdings. Right now we're in stage number 16. As I've told already, with this stage the discount goes down because the risks go also down, and the investment attractiveness increases step by step, because at the first stage, when we didn't have any residentship status in this free economic area, when we did not have any land plot leased to us by the government of Moscow or authorities of Free Economic Zone Technopolis Moscow, when we did not have all those things, the risks were much higher and the discount was much bigger, much larger. Right now in the stage 16, the risks are much lower, the discount is lower as well, and you get less and less number of shares with each stage. Already, if you invest, for example, in 3-4 months time, in the next stage, for example, it will be stage 17, you will already get, for example, not 60,000 shares in your package of $500 if you pay $500, but already you will have, for example, 50 or 45,000 shares when you invest the same $500 into the project. Let's talk about the potential of capitalization of the SolarMash company over time. For example, as a lot of you might know already, Microsoft shares went up 47 times for 10 years. Google shares rose more than 10,000 times for 16 years. Of course, we also remember the examples of Actel and Alibaba shares. And Alibaba shares rose almost 4 million times for 18 years. It's not to say that SolarMash company will repeat this success in terms of number of multiplication of how much higher it will go in price, but it's to say that you never know actually how much higher the share price can be. It can increase 10 times, it can increase 100 times, it can increase 1,000 times, and so on. It all depends on market conditions, on the how actually unique your product is. For example, just go and see what's happening with Tesla motor shares right now. you will be surprised that if you bought the Tesla shares maybe 5 years back, and you will already have multiplied your capital much more, because right now the price is much higher than it was 5 years ago. And it could be the same idea, same situation with the apologies, with the shares of the Solargroup company. With the shares of Solargroup company, we could also see a similar progress once it goes to the stock exchange, and once it will reach the market capitalization, when we'll have all the assets on the balance sheet of Solargroup. Then in that case, we'll be able to see a much increase in price of the shares of the stock company Solargroup. And let me just go back to the slides. I lost it for a minute, 1 second. In the meantime, please let me know if you if you still have questions regarding the project. Now I hope you see it. If not, I wanted to say, to add, that we have more than 300,000 participants all over the world, from more than 297 countries in the world. They speak any languages. Our back office was translated into 21 languages already and counting. So if you watching us from the region and you don't see your own native language in the back office, just let us know. If you have a lot of participants or partners or investors from that region, from that country, we'll be able to discuss about it, maybe translate it also into your own language, and maybe, why not, also to launch a new YouTube channel with your particular language and translate some videos on your language as well. I think it's quite enough number of languages that we have. We have Hindi, French, German, Russian, of course, English, Spanish, a lot of languages in the world already in the back office of Solargroup.pro. So from wherever region you're watching us, I think you'll be able to follow the news, to share with your acquaintances about this project, about this opportunity, to remember always that we also have a partnership program where you can not only invest into the project, but also earn a referral bonus, referral remuneration based on this affiliation program, based on this partnership program with the Solargroup company. So anyone can become a partner and can earn the money from the comfort of their home. I think this is the, no, of course, I wanted to share that we have more than, we have now it's 17 representations all over the world. In Europe, we have representations in Asian continent, in African continent, and right now the recent edition was in Nepal in August, and in beginning of October we hold the conference in Peru, in Lima. This is the Latin American country, the first Latin American country, thanks to our national partner Massimiliano Resini, who became the national partner of Solargroup in Peru, and we thank him for his effort and dedication. Also, we can share, of course, what has been done with the investments of the investors to this date. Of course, the construction is going on. We are spending a lot on the construction on a daily basis, on a weekly and monthly basis. Also, we equipped the laboratory up to the highest standards. And one of the company that went for the, let's say, for the discussion with the Solargroup company, I think a couple of years back, they told that in Russia, there are only 2 laboratories equipped with such precise equipment, such high standard equipment, and can really assess the motor's capacity, capabilities. One is in Solargroup, and the second one is in KAMAZ for the petrol and diesel-based engines or motors. So I think we are on a good position in Russia and anywhere in the world, because such a laboratory is not something that you can find so often among even the manufacturers or producers of the electric motors. Let's continue. Please let me know in chat if you have questions. Hello, Mr. Nest and Tan, Mr. Tan Gavel. Thanks for joining this Zoom right now. Also, we are almost live for 1 hour. If you have any question relating to the project, you can leave your comment, or you can leave your contact details in the chat box here in Zoom, or also in the YouTube channel doing also webinars. You can also leave your comment. You can like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channels, Doing Those Motors and Doing Those Webinars, not to miss the future webinars, which are going on each Saturday evening at 5 p.m. at UK time. Now let's continue. So we received the laboratory certification, which gives us the right to assess the motors and really put the stamp of approval of the motor that it's everything that is written in its technical documentation is up to the standard and is correct and accurate. This is very important also piece of documentation that we already have in Solargroup. New patents are being developed, and in-house developed controller are being also developed for electric motors. One of the latest developments of the company is, of course, the start of mass production of the electric motors using our technology in China, thanks to our Chinese partner company S&P Very High. A lot of verifications has been also done by the state authorities. So we also have their stamp of approval and their confirmation, third-party confirmation, including even the financial audit from independent auditors for the financial statements for 2019, for 2020. It was all published. You can see and just search through the Solargroup.pro website. You will find the audit results for the Solargroup financial statements for 2020 and 2019. It means that company is in good standing, it has good reputation, and everything is going according to the plan. We already have a range of electric motors which are being developed and being produced already as we speak today. You can buy such kind of electric motors. We're using a laboratory to just have a look at our laboratory, our equipment that we have today. You could see that we have the top-notch equipment there as well. We could go over. Next is the information that we are located at the free economic area called Technopolis, Moscow. This is a Russian special area located not far from Moscow. It's called Zelenograd, Technopolis, Moscow, where we have the construction venue of the Innovative Center, the Future Innovative Center. And we received the status of the resident in this area in February 2019. We have some tax incentives, some administrative benefits, and for example, the land plot is leased right now. And in the future, as soon as we will be able to prove that we have the working Innovative Center, I think we'll be able to buy out this land plot with just 2% of its market value, of its official value presented on the registry of land in Russia. And right now, this nominal value of the land, as I checked about a month ago, it was around 88 million Russian rubles, which means that with just approximately 160, 170,000 rubles, we'll be able, it's roughly, it's I think roughly a little bit more than $2,000. we'll be able to buy out this land plot of 2.1 hectares on which we already have our construction and we have our future innovative center standing. So it means all this value which we'll be able to assess, to make the assessment, we'll be able to include on our balance sheet. And so our balance sheet of Solarmarsh will increase greatly thanks to this addition of this land plot value in the balance sheet. It's located here in this state economic zone, special economic zone Technopolis, Moscow. The construction started in the third quarter of 2020. Right now, the active construction works are going on for more than 147 days. You can see almost on a daily basis, we have the new video clips on the YouTube channel, Duyunov's Motors. And if you go to the Russian channel, Duyunov's Motors, you will have even updated, more updated clips because it takes some time to translate it in English as well. So if you also subscribe to the first Russian channel and you have the link on the Russian back office page to that YouTube channel in Russian, you will be able to see the first with your own eyes what's going on the construction ground, which are the updates, what kind of construction works are being performed right now on this and for that week. This was just 1 year ago when we started the construction preparation, or in the beginning of maybe spring of this year, 2021. It was just the zero level, let's say. It was the land plot was prepared, was leveled, and the first metal structures were supplied from our main subcontractor, and then we were able to start construction. And almost now 150 days the construction is going on a very fast pace. And also officially we have, of course, published the plan or the schedule for the construction, which is planned to continue till June 2022. And also recently Dmitry Duyunov announced that this time frame will be a little bit prolonged till maybe October 2022 due to the unforeseen events, due to the economic conditions, due to the higher price for the construction materials and so on. But still we are right now along the right track and along the right time frame according to the initial plan for the construction. Exterior of the future innovative center will look approximately like this. Already it has been approved, confirmed with the subcontractors, and this is the future result, the future outcome that we want to receive. Of course, as I mentioned, we already have the implementation schedule for the construction, where the last step as a project commissioning will have we planned for the let me check, for the May 2022. So as soon as the State Commission will confirm that this innovative center is fit for business, let's say like that, we can move in the personnel and we can start the full scale activities there from the summer. But as Dmitry Duyunov told, I think we plan that it will start from the autumn, from approximately from October 2022. So maybe 3 months, with the 3 months delay after this period that was firstly initially declared. In the autumn 2020, the construction started. This is just the small construction camp where the employees could prepare the design, prepare some of the paperwork, or prepare the tools, and basically prepare their activities using this construction camp. This was the activities in the summer 2021, and just this summer, a couple of months ago in July, in the middle of July, I think 19th or 20th of July, was also personally there and checked out how fast the construction is moving, because you can see here there is no roof, there is no floor by floor separators, there is no cementation works going on. But already in October, in the end of October, in the beginning of November, we see the roof, we see the outer perimeter all covered this building. So we see the major let's say, changes in the visual outlook of the building right now. So on a weekly basis, we have some changes, even though they are not so much seen, because everything is now moved to indoors activities. and you can see here the construction is going with a very fast pace, and Dmitry Dunov himself personally is controlling and checking that they have the weekly and the daily meetings also with the construction workers, with the construction company, to make sure that everything is going according to the plan, that the budgets are being approved, that the budgets are being oversighted and being, let's say, adhered to. So that's, I think this is from day 50, so it was also this one. It was the old video which you can see on the channel, but never mind. You can check the latest one, as I told, on the Duino's Motors channel. Some of the international meetings were held in recent several years with representatives from India, from China as well. Some of the potential future clients might be among these groups of visitors to the SolarMarsh ground. And of course, these negotiations are still going on. We already have the list of potential clients who are interested to order, to make the first orders to the SolarMarsh company to implement the new generation electric motors. Basically, these are the latest news. The latest news that we are in the 147th day of construction. We are going according to our plan. And if you have any questions, you can of course ask. And as far as the latest information is, of course, that we are going to hold the online conference in the beginning of December. Please follow the official news at solargroup.pro. It will be communicated when and where and how you can connect to that online conference, which is going to happen, and what topics are going to be discussed during this online meeting of the Solargroup company. Of course, just looking into the future, the investments are one of the methods, of course, to consider for yourself, for your family's financial future. And me personally, I've invested also in the Solargroup project. I have several packages, and I have told my acquaintances, and some of them are skeptical, some of them are reluctant, but some of my acquaintances actually also made investments, and I also earned on that investments based on this partnership program. But also, this is investment in something in the long term, and we need to not only look what will happen tomorrow in 1 week's time, but also in the future, in 1 year's time, to plan your activities in the future, plan your expenses, plan your revenues or income, how much you want to receive to in the future, and what are the future goals you have, either for your education, for your families, maybe some other objectives, and so on. As I told, the market capitalization of the SolarMarsh company can grow much higher. This is just my personal view, and you need to also make your own research before making any investments. This is not, again, the investment advice whatsoever, but it's just for you to something to consider, that you can invest here in this project or in any other project, but you can check out first what is behind the project, the people, the technology, the product. Here at least you can see the people, meet the people, and see the technology, test it out, and even order already today the ready-made product, market-ready product, and the either the motor or the electric vehicle itself. You can already order today and check it out and actually see with your own eyes, test drive it, and make your own informed decision about the investment or about the collaboration with the company, either be it Solargroup or SolarMarsh, or even the dealers of SolarMarsh company, as I mentioned before. So wish you a good evening, everyone. I hope if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll close this presentation, this webinar, and we'll see you next week. Let me again demonstrate in the meantime one of the latest developments of on the construction ground.
Good afternoon, dear viewers. I'm happy to welcome you on the channel of Solargroup. It is Alexander Sudarev, and today we will try to plunge into the atmosphere of construction which is carried out on the site where a design and technological bureau is constructed. There is roof work at full speed going on. Metal fragments were mounted and placed there before, and now they are putting special fixing elements there. They put thermal insulation, and finally they put the finishing elements of the roof. It is worth noting that this work is gradual. They put thermal insulation, and on that very day they put the finishing elements of the roof there. That is done to protect the roof from humidity, because the weather is starting to get more and more rainy. This is a precaution measure which will allow to preserve the thermal insulation and the roof itself in the necessary condition. You can also see active work concerning removal of removable formwork. It is done to pour concrete into our flights of stairs. Part of that work is done already, and in some of the flights of stairs, formwork was installed in order to pour concrete for the stairs themselves. As for the flights of stairs where concrete has not been poured yet, they are being reinforced now. Again, formwork is placed there, and those flights of stairs are getting higher and higher, and they are starting to acquire their functionality. There is also some work going on the roof of the administrative building. And now let's go down one level and see what is going on the second floor. We see that there is some preparation work for pouring concrete ceilings. Here we see some earlier mounted, not removable formwork. Fragments of armored mesh are put there. Armored framework is also put there, and they are interlinked. All the necessary formwork is put there, and all hydro-isolation work is carried out. That will help avoid leakages when concrete is poured. When concrete is poured, workers will be able to proceed to anti-fire treatment of metal constructions of the building. Work on pits is almost finished as well. They are hydro-isolated and mounted, and they are now ready for the next stage of work. There is also backfilling of soil with layer-by-layer packing of it. And there is a lot of other work carried out. As of today, a giant volume of work is carried out on the construction site. Intensity and speed of this work have not dropped. On the contrary, they have actually increased. At the very beginning, when we were showing to you mounting of metal constructions, work with the pit and so on, all of that was quite spectacular, and we could show that to you using our cameras. But now workers are doing more precise work. It requires much more energy, much more time, but the result is not as visible as it used to be. It is difficult to assess the scope of work now, both for professionals and non-professionals. Well, it is difficult to show all of that using our camera. Well, we will try to prepare interesting reports for you, show to you what is going on the construction site, which processes are in place, and how all the work is realized. Follow us on social networks, subscribe, click on the bell, in order to be in the know of the latest news. And that is all for today. See you soon!